Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa and today I'm going to be going over October paycheck number 2, and this is for October the 16th through the 29th. So I did change things up a little bit. I am now using the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck workbook. I purchased the printable version on her website. This is, I think, last year's version, and it was on sale for $27, and that's what was in my budget. And so I had a smart TV that I wasn't using. It was a little 24-inch, I think, and I ended up selling it for $30. So the $27 printable version was exactly within my budget, and so that's what I purchased. So I did go ahead and print out a couple sheets that we're going to be going over today. So the first is the calendar, and I went ahead and wrote down my paydays and when each bill is due. Now, this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Usually my budget is on a smaller scale, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in so you guys can see the page a little clearer. So hopefully that's a little bit better. All right, so what I have here, I put Netflix, Hulu, and AT&T. These were from the paycheck that I had, or last paycheck in September. I had a paycheck on October the 2nd. And I had my credit card and my personal loan that was due. And the paycheck we're going to be going over today is paycheck number 2, which is from the 16th through the 29th. So what I have in terms of bills on the 16th, I have a credit card payment that is due, the minimum. My car insurance is due. I also have rent that I will set aside. And that is it in terms of bills. Now, I do have a YouTube paycheck that is on the 21st, and I will do a separate dedicated video for that paycheck so you guys can see how that money is allocated. So this is the monthly, so I'm going to use this to help me fill out the next form, which is the October paycheck bill tracker. So on the bill tracker, and again, this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It's a lot bigger. So let me just show you each section, and then we'll start going over it. So the first section is the income. Then you have your bills section, and there are quite a few lines. Then we've got, of course, total leftover. Then you have your cash envelope category. Up here on the top right, an area for your sinking funds, extra debt payment, extra savings, and then the totals down at the bottom. So let's just jump into this. Again, this is for October paycheck, and this is number 2. And it's from October the 16th through October 29th. So in the income category, I have just my regular paycheck, and I'll just write paycheck. It's just me. I am a single person. My kids are grown, so I'm an empty nester, and so I just have a single income. So my income is $1,700, and that is biweekly. So my total budgeted income is $1,700. Next are my bills. The first bill is my rent. Now, I set aside half of my rent, usually every paycheck. Now, October was 3 paychecks. The first paycheck in October, I did not set aside half of my rent, so I will definitely be doing that this time. My rent is due on the 1st of the month, and so what I will save during the month will be paid on the 1st. But for the purposes of this budget, half of my rent will be set aside on the 16th, on that payday. and it is $450 is half of my rent. All right, next is car insurance. And I am going to be paying $372 on the 16th. So this is the remaining amount that is due on my premium. So I want to go ahead and get this out of the way so that in the month of November and December, I can focus on debt repayment. Next is my Wells Fargo credit card. This is my last debt. On the 16th, a minimum payment will be made, and that is $165. So that is it for bills. So let's add this up. Let's see which is way to do this. All right, so we've got $450 for my rent, $372 for car insurance, $165 for debt is $987. So down here at the bottom, there's a place for the bill total, which is the total of all of the bills here, $987. So then we need to calculate what is left over. So I'm going to take $987 from $1,700. So that leaves me $713. All right, so then you take this leftover amount and it goes here for the envelopes, which is the next section, and the leftover goes here, so 713. And then for envelopes, this paycheck, I have my, call it my food category, but this is pretty much everything that I would purchase at Walmart with the exception of my fur baby's food. So this is really food, household toiletries, personal care items, makeup, all of that stuff is in this category. And I'm budgeting $120. Then for fur babies, and I have a puppy and a kitty, their budget is $50. And that includes wet food, dry food, kitty litter treats, all that kind of good stuff. Last cash expense is gas for my car. And I have a 2014 Kia Soul. It currently has about a quarter of a tank of gas. So I'm going to go ahead and budget 20, and that'll fill it up and will be more than enough for the next 2 weeks. Let's go ahead and add my amounts for my envelopes to get the total. First, we've got 120 for food, 50 for fur babies, 20 for gas is $190. Whoops, so 190. So I'm going to put that here in envelope total. I'm going to subtract this from the leftover amount, so minus 713. So I have $523 left. So this leftover amount is going to go up here where we start the sinking fund, so 523. And the only sinking fund I have right now is Christmas. And I am going to go ahead and budget $360. So this will fully fund my Christmas envelope. And again, just like with my insurance, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way so that in the month of November or December, I can completely focus on debt repayment and not have to worry about these larger items. So this is, again, my only sinking fund. So the sinking fund total here is $360. So I will have $800 total for Christmas, because what I have right now is $440 in my Christmas envelope. So total of $800 for Christmas, which is more than enough. All right, so let's go ahead and take the 523 that was left over, subtract 360, and that leaves 163. So the next section is the extra debt payment. The leftover again, 163. And I have one debt left, which is the Wells Fargo credit card. So I'll be making an additional debt payment of $163. So that is extra debt total of 163. Of course, 163 minus 163 leaves a leftover of 0. So the next section is extra savings, which I obviously don't have any money left over to allocate. So my leftover amount is 0, 0, and 0. The last box is total income minus all of the sections. So we want to make sure that this equals 0 because we're doing a zero-based budget. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see, let me write this down here. So we had income of $1,700 minus $987 minus, or I guess that would be a plus because we're going to add these things up. So 987 plus 190 plus 360 for sinking funds plus 163 for debt. So let's add that up just to make sure again that it equals 0. So 987 plus 190 plus 360 plus 163 is $1,700. So that equals 0. So that is a zero-based budget. All right, so I have completed this worksheet. So let's see what is next. All right, so next is the cash envelope breakdown. So this is where we're going to take these categories here for my envelopes and then also my sinking funds, and then we'll break down the denominations so that you guys know what I'm actually going to be getting from the bank. All right, so paycheck date, this is 10/16. All right, first category is food. My budget is $120. Fur babies is $50. Gas is $20. Last is Christmas, which is $360. All right, let me set this aside here. So let's see what the breakdown is. So food, I like to do $60 the first week in a paycheck and $60 for the second week. So I'm going to do 2 50s and 2 10s. For fur babies, it's $25 a week is what I end up spending. So we'll do 2 20s and 2 5s. Gas, I'm going to get just $120 because I'll just fill up the one time. And then for Christmas, we'll do 3 100s, 150, 110. All right, so down here, the total bill count. So I have for 5s, I have 2. I have 3 10s, which I'm just adding this here. So in this column, there's 3. For 20s, I also have 3. 50s, 3. And 100s, 3. So 3/100ths is $300. 3/50s is $150. 3/20s is $60. 3/10s is $30. 2/5s is $10. And I forgot to total this up here, so let's do that real quick. 120 plus 50 plus 20 plus 360 is 550 is what I'll have in cash. So let's add this up and make sure that that totals correctly. So we have 10 plus 30 plus 60 plus 150 plus 360 or 300 plus 300. Yeah, so 550, and then I have 550 here, which is correct. All right, so next let's do the teller slip, and this is what I will take to the bank with me. So my quantities, I have 2 5s, and the total was 10. I'll have 3 10s. That's $30. I have 3 20s, that is 60. 3 50s, that's 150. 3 100s, and that is 300 for a total of 550. All right, so that is everything for this paycheck. And again, this is October paycheck number 2. And this is for October 16th through the 29th using the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook. So I thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys are using the Budget Moms workbook, let me know down in the comments. I have been binge watching her videos and other people's videos online to try to get an idea of how to use the additional worksheets in the book. So let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing future videos like the net worth. There's a net worth worksheet. The Where Did Your Money Go worksheets break down like each category and my expense trackers. Let me know if you guys would like to see all of those in videos. This is everything for this paycheck. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever you're at. Bye.